Hello and welcome to the live stream for August 20th, 2022. Quite a time that we are in. The summer of 2022. In the same week, folks, we had the end of the Granolah Arc, which we're going to talk about today here on the stream with all of you. On top of that, and some guests from the Geekdom 101 Discord server, on top of that, we've also had the release of Dragon Ball Superhero, not just in the United States and Canada, but also in South America, many countries there, Mexico, a lot of British countries got it. So now people are finally getting around to seeing this film in theaters the proper way it should be seen. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. I want to actually talk to you guys first about that before we get to the manga stuff, because some quick news. Some of you guys already know this. I talked about it in my review, but Dragon Ball Super's manga is taking a break right now. We don't know exactly how long. Originally, it was translated to be 1 month, but that's not necessarily the case. It could end up being longer. It could be 2 months. We know that the new arc is going to begin this year, so it's either going to start in November or December or even maybe October. So it's not going to be long. It's not going to be until next year, unless, of course, plans change, which plans change all the time nowadays. So that is something to look out for. I'm not really sure what's up with Toyotaro. I know that some of you guys are probably like, damn, man, like, this dude only has to do a manga once a month. Why is he taking a break? Well, that's a good point, but for all intents and purposes, you have to understand that Toyotaro, not only does he have to draw the manga, the pages, every single month, but he also has to talk to his editors, talk to Toriyama. You know, it's not just about drawing and you're done, because he's not the original creator. He has to obviously feed off of whatever Toriyama says. So it's one of those things where he's obviously going back and forth with communication, things like that, and that's pretty much how it works. So I wanted to talk to y'all about that. Now, we may speculate a little bit on what the next arc's going to be. Not too much, though, because I want to save that for either a future stream or a future video. We'll talk a little bit about it, though. But I want to discuss this whole Black Frieza thing. Really unexpected ending. I did my review yesterday, and I talked about how I liked what they did with Frieza. Without question, I liked that. And I liked how grotesque and gruesome it was. That's the kind of shit you never see from Dragon Ball. Like, especially modern Dragon Ball. It's just very rare. But it worked. I like zombie gas. That was cool shit. But what they did with Granolah is they made him a background player to Goku and Vegeta a bit more than I wanted them to. And I didn't like that. Now, obviously, some folks liked it. Everyone has rights to their opinion. But I've been talking about this for months, that if Granolah does not kill Elec, it'll be a wasted opportunity and it'll hurt the character. And if they have a better idea than that, then I would have probably liked it more. But what they did, I thought was worse, because Elec wasn't even that strong. You know, Granolah could have killed him. You could have Frieza show up and just take out gas. But I do like the idea that Frieza knew the whole time what Elec was planning. I do like that. He's not an idiot, you know. Frieza's done some dumb shit. We all have. And Frieza is evil. Right? No argument there. But he's not an idiot. At least not when it comes to Elec. So Elec thought this whole time that he was this grand manipulator. Oh, I'm going to lure Frieza on this planet to have gas take him out. And then guess what happened? It bit him in the ass. And that's good. That part I think is good. That's good irony. I still would have preferred to be Granolah, but that's good irony. Now, when it comes to content, expect a lot of like more edited videos next month. I'm going to be dropping transformation guides, new ones. I'm going to be dropping another one of those strongest in Dragon Ball videos about Super Saiyan 4, Goku, and GT. And I might do one on Moro. I'm probably going to do one on Moro, depending on how much time I have, as well as a really good Orange Piccolo video. So when I want to ask you guys first, let me ask y'all a question, okay? First of all, those of you who have seen Dragon Ball Superhero in theaters, well, have you seen it in theaters? Type yes or no in the chat, let me know. Have you seen the movie in the theater? In the meantime, while I wait for your answers, let me get to these super chats here. Bond Jedi Ranger, yo, bro, truly was a great ending to an arc. Yeah, many didn't like it, but we've never expected that way it ended. Yeah, but unexpected does not mean good all the time. And there was good about it. There was also bad about it. Okay, I see y'all typing no, no, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, there's nothing like seeing it in theaters, yo. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So it's mostly yeses then. Okay, so pretty much everyone has seen the movie. I was trying to be a little bit less forward with the spoilers, but I decided to just, a few weeks ago just start talking. By the way, we got 1,100 people here, man. Leave a like. I see a lot of yeses from you guys. What's going on, man? I hope y'all are. It's a beautiful day out, man. It's a beautiful day out. But I see a lot of yeses. I've actually seen it twice in theaters in the United States. I saw it on Thursday, and I saw it yesterday. I saw it dubbed day 1, sub day 2. And you know what was weird? Let me know if you guys got this experience, because I maybe it was just me. But when I went to go see the movie subbed, right? When I went to go see it subbed, the opening credits were in English. When I went to go see it dubbed, the opening credits were in Japanese, so somebody screwed up. I asked somebody who worked on the film, and he had no idea that happened. So they put the audio track with the wrong movie. Now, I don't know if that's something that only my theaters experience, or if it's like a world or a nationwide thing. That was weird. Because, I don't care either way, because it's just text, but that's something that's really unusual. The audio was lower, Kick Dreaming. I talked about that in my review. The Japanese audio came in very rough to edit, and because of that, they had to re-engineer the entire thing. So that's what happened. I didn't know anything about that until it happened, until afterwards. So I saw the movie. Mike Wells says, what a time to be alive for DB content. You got that right, pal. By the way, y'all, 1,200 people, leave a like. Come on, let's get those likes up. I want to get to 500 likes for now. We'll go up to 1,000 at some point, but there's over 1,000 of you here. So, you know what I'm saying? Leave a like. All right, Gaming Hub UK. It was a great movie. I love the Gohan shirt. Yes, that Gohan shirt. Y'all got to get that Gohan shirt, man. Don't sleep on it. Bullish Kenny G says, thank you for all the years of great work, brother. Thank you for staying loyal, Bullish Kenny, and there's still a lot more to come. You haven't seen anything yet. Kragan92, best hater, Frieza or Dio? Dio's a dick, bro. For those who don't know, Dio Brando's the villain of JoJo, part 1 and part 3. And that dude's a real dick, just like Frieza. I like Frieza more, but Dio was the only time when I've watched an anime and I've actually wanted him to get killed right away. He is a heat magnet. Leave a like, man. We're still not at 500. We're almost there. It does help out the stream, so do me that favor. Vic Von Doom, when we says the strongest might have came into being somewhere else, do you think that might be Gohan? Yes, it could be Gohan. If it is Gohan, then that means that he either knew that Gohan had that secret power inside of him, but that he never talked about it before, or they're gonna repurpose the movie with the manga to where while the Granolah Arc was happening, at the same time the Granolah Arc was happening is when the stuff on Earth happened. But that doesn't make sense with what happened in the movie. That would change the movie story. So I'm not really sure if that's what they're gonna do with that. But it's possible. I have a feeling that it's gonna be somebody else though. Somebody new. Somebody we've never seen before. That's my guess. Cooking, and that's going to be the next arc. Cooking Dojo, I hope you're doing well, bro. Thank you, I hope you're doing well. I wonder if Frieza kept Goku and Vegeta alive for his amusement, like the androids did for Trunks in the future timeline. I would hope so, because outside of that, it was not good. Frieza's been wanting to kill these two guys off for how long now? And he kept them alive. I think that was a mistake. That's obviously going to bite Frieza in the ass. Every villain in the history of this series keeps the enemy alive for way too long. Way too long, yo. And that's usually a mistake. We're going to switch over to... hang on, y'all. We're switching over to the manga here on the screen. But before we get to that, I want to talk about the box office of the movie. So Trent's page says I would have preferred Frieza showed up with Cooler as Cooler watches Frieza put on a show. A lot of people have been saying they want Cooler. I think that should be saved for a movie, but then again, so should Black Frieza. So I don't know, man. People have been wanting Cooler for a long time, yo. And the way things are going now with the emphasis on fan service, I could see that definitely happening. I could see Cooler being a thing at some point. Like, I thought it was going to be for this movie. Many of us did last year. Just vibes. I've seen Superhero. Visually phenomenal, but beyond that, corny fan manga Dragon Ball Rage was very similar, but done far better as far as writing goes. And what Frieza did to Gas and Elec was fire. I agree with that. I haven't read Dragon Ball Rage. I try not to read too much fan manga. But the movie can be corny, but I think it's supposed to be corny. Vic Von Doom, again, thank you for your super chat, man. I appreciate it. He says, possible reason for why Frieza let them alive. His experience and determinate power showed him he can't topple all gods and angels alone. I think the final Frieza confrontation will be after the gods are surpassed. Okay. If so, we'll talk about that, because I'm going to ask you guys about that. Because I have this feeling that logically, listen to what I'm saying right now. Listen to what I'm saying. Logically, Frieza spending 10 years, not 3 days, not 4 months, 10 years. 10 days regular time, 10 years in the Room of Spirit and Time, the time chamber. Frieza spending that much time in the chamber, if he has not surpassed Beerus by this point, then there's no question that Beerus is the inevitable moving goalpost. Because let's not forget all the promotional material that came out when the anime was running about Goku surpassing Beerus and Jiren surpassing Beerus. Then they kind of went back on that. Goku said Broly's stronger than Beerus. Like, there's a lot of statements that they kind of have said that kind of tease us in that direction, but it's not quite there, you know. So, he is the moving goalpost. I might do a whole video on that now that we have a break, you know, off a month. But I think that what I would like is if the final Frieza confrontation's after the end of Z. But I don't want to beat that horse dead. Thank you, Den of Nerds. The movie was dope. I appreciate the super chat. Coke's boy T. I really hope Frieza doesn't go back to a complacent mindset after gaining this new power. Big fan. Keep up the great work and videos. He's so strong right now. Frieza doesn't even need henchmen. He doesn't even need anybody, bro. I mean, you could argue he didn't need them back in the day, but like now, if he can smoke Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego in one shot, bro, that's terrifying. I mean, I really want to see what he can do against like a Beerus. You know what I mean? Against the God of Destruction. Lord Esedless. If I butchered your name, I apologize. Geekdom 101. Where do you see the next arc heading based off of Dragon Ball Superhero? And now with this latest chapter, here's to keeping it real since started. I still want Sadala, but I wonder, like, the fact that the manga's taking a break now, right when the movie comes out in North America, like, I wonder about that, because I've seen some people speculate that it has to do with the anime coming back, but the manga and the anime don't really correlate. They don't need each other. They're like two separate continuities, right? So that's not like a thing where it's necessary for that to be the case. But at the same time, if there's some kind of grand plan that we don't know about, because I've told y'all for years that there is a plan. I just don't know what the plan is. And I don't know how big the plan is, like how far ahead they thought. That's the tricky part. You know what I mean? So it's difficult to say. Because one thing I will talk about today with you guys is I don't know if Black Frieza is the next villain. Black Frieza might be a villain they face off against down the road, right? They might go to a different story for the next arc and then circle back around to Frieza. You know what I mean? Because I have a feeling they're not going to go right to Frieza yet. There's way too much time. Way too much, like, there's way too much power gap. There's way too much of a power gap between Frieza and Goku and Vegeta that I feel like it would take longer for them to catch up. But another thing too is when it comes to this arc, brother, the pacing is usually weird. It can be too fast, too slow. DMGX, how strong do you think Black Frieza is? That's the question, isn't it? How are Goku and Vegeta going to catch up to 10 years of training? Oh, here's what they do. How about this one for an answer? They go in the Room of Spirit and Time for 10 years, just like Frieza did. That could be the only way. Because even if Goku masters True Ultra Instinct, which it looks like he's about to, even if Vegeta masters Ultra Ego, it still feels like this is way too far ahead from everybody else. It feels like we're back to how things were during the Frieza saga, where Frieza was the top dog and everybody else is afraid of him, including Goku and Vegeta were not at his level. Not afraid, but they weren't at his level. Vegeta might have been. That's where I think we're at. But even that power creep does not compare to this one we're seeing right now. Dark Archon 212. Could we get a video reaction if you do to the Shrek versus Gogeta fight? I didn't even know that existed, bro. I did not even know that existed, dog. So I might check it out. Enter the QB. I wonder if Frieza might actually be thinking bold and planning on taking over other universes. I hope so. I would too. By the way, we're almost at 2,000 people, man. Leave a like. I don't even have 700 likes. All you gotta do is push the like button, yo. Helps me out quite a bit. Let's get this to 1,000 likes. Open your phone gimmick. I don't even know where the hell I put mine at. Open up your phone gimmick and hit the like button. Joestar 070. Watch the movie in 4DX. What an experience. Yeah, I didn't get to see it in 4DX. I saw it in IMAX though, and that was awesome. But 4DX is the best way to see a movie. The Texan writes, feel there's a building up for Frieza versus Beerus for God of Destruction. I don't think Frieza wants that job, but I do want that fight though. I think he does want that fight. Best direction is Whis sends them to train with gods from other universes to learn new god techniques, but Frieza will conquer U7 in the meantime. I don't think they're going to let Frieza conquer Universe 7, although your idea, I like your idea because it's very bold, it's very ambitious, and Dragon Ball needs that. I was having a discussion with Black and Fist about this yesterday, who's in town right now. He's in the other room. Literally, he's here. And we talked about like what some of the problems are with Dragon Ball now, and one of them is that they're not taking any risks. Every arc is very simple, it follows a formula, and I want it to change. I want them to change up this formula. We got to see some new, bold, daring things. I want to see Gods of Destruction get wiped out. I want to see some Demon Realm stuff. Like, we got to see some new ideas, man. All those great ideas that Hero did, I want to see more of them. G-Boy says, Black Frieza versus Gohan Blanco. Don't even get me started on that one. That would be something. I do like the idea of Beerus wanting the power of a God of Destruction. That I would like to see. But, like, he wouldn't be a good GOD because he, like, is kind of a prick. And Beerus is not that much of a prick. All right, y'all, leave a like. We're almost at 1,000. Come on, 1,896 people. We're almost at 1,000. Leave that like. Vic Von Doom, thank you for your generosity today, Vic, man. It means a lot to me. He says, let's not forget the universe that didn't participate in the TOP. They were too powerful. That's not what they said. That is wrong. I can't believe, Vic, I cannot believe in 2022 you still believe it has to do with power. I've done like 6 videos where I have debunked that. It's frustrating because this was a confusing point like years ago, and people seem to still be confused. Those universes the power had nothing to do with it. It had nothing to do with it. Universal ranking had nothing to do with power. It had to do with the quality of the universe. It had nothing to do with power. That's why they didn't participate. They were spared because it had nothing to do with power. They were the best run universes. It's more about politics than power. I don't know where you read that at, but that's something that was going around like years ago that I guess some fans either never got the debunk, or it's just frustrating because like I mentioned that so many times. Like I was like, dude, that is incorrect information. But what happened was the YouTubers of the day rushed to make the video instead of actually looking for an accurate translation. They got it wrong. That's wrong. Nothing to do with power. Nomad Prince, thank you for the super chat. Swollen Daddy says a lot of people think Cooler, that's going to be the strongest warrior. I think it's Frieza Kid. Frieza's kid. Kuriza? That'd be something if we see Kuriza. I think if there is, okay, listen. Whoever that mysterious other warrior is, I don't think it's going to be anybody from Frieza's race. I think it's somebody totally different. Yes, anime, it's the mortal average. That's correct. The mortal level. The mortal level is the official name, not the power level. Thank y'all, because I knew what I was talking about, but y'all expressed it a lot clearer. Because I remember, but I don't remember the phrase they used, but it was mortal level. Nothing to do with power. Adrian Viramontes says, I think Frieza kept Goku and Vegeta alive because he knows they're tight with Beerus or because he knows there's going to be another TOP. Well, he would know that. There's no way that he would know that. You know what I mean? So unless he made a friendship with another God or something like that, you know. Also, before I answer this next super chat, and thank you to Anime 60 FPS. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you like the Black Frieza design? We haven't seen it in color yet, but what we've seen so far, do you like Black Frieza? Type yes or no in the chat, and I will read your replies. In the meantime, I'm going to, I should just do a poll, shouldn't I? You know what? Hold on. Don't do that. Don't do that, y'all. Let me do a poll. Do you like Black Frieza? Okay, I'm doing a poll, y'all. All right, we got a poll. There it is. There's the poll right there. Do you like Black Frieza? Yes or no? Hit the poll button right there. That's a new feature that they've started to add with streams here on YouTube, so you can answer it by doing that. Just click yes or no. Adrian, oh, I already answered your question. Goat says, Geekdom, I don't see many people saying this, but even though Frieza trained for 10 years, there's a chance that they can nerf him, because if Goku and Vegeta did the same, I don't see them catching up. Well, if they did do the same, they would catch up. Or so you would think. But remember, Frieza's a prodigy too. So they would have to be in there for more than 10 years. All right, we're over 2,000 people, y'all. Leave a like. We're almost at 1,000 likes. All I need is 55 more likes, yo. And actually, I want to get more than 50, than 100 likes. Or 1,000 likes, I mean. I think that Goku and Vegeta are going to have to catch up by doing something else. They have to do something else. SK Creations, like you said before, I want the GODs and Angels threshold to be surpassed. Things would be dread like DBZ. Oh, I think there'd be a dreadful. Yeah, I can. Yeah, yes. No, I do too. I think it's about time. I think it's about time. I do wonder though. I genuinely wonder. And by the way, y'all, the poll results right now. Do you like Black Frieza? 88% said yes. 12% said no. I think that a lot of people are wondering, because the manga's taking a break, I think they're wondering if that means that they're going to go past the end of Z now. That's what they're doing now. That Superhero is the next story, and they're going to go past the end of Z, and then the Frieza saga, or the story of Frieza will continue. That I do wonder, genuinely. Because it could. I mean, that could be what they do. I hope it is the case. Because I'm so done with this 10-year, like, intercool shit. I want new stuff, all right? I want new stuff. Goat, he says, remember it took Frieza 4 months to catch up, 10 years? Yeah, no chance if we are being realistic. Well, you can't say no chance, but definitely a slim chance unless they train twice as long. Thank you guys so much for leaving those likes. I got over 1,000, but keep leaving them. Keep leaving them, man. Keep hitting the like button. Boxing Wave, love the channel, thank you. Up to this point, Ultra Ego has been completely useless. Not even sure if it's an effective form. It is an effective form if used properly, but Vegeta is still trying to figure that out. So unfortunately, I see your point on that. I don't think it's useless though. I think it's the beginning of something bigger. I think that Ultra Ego is going to be the pathway that Vegeta takes. And at some point, we may get true Ultra Ego. So I think it's a climbing evolution. You know what I mean? I think Ultra Ego is the beginning of Vegeta's pathway. And then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. That's what I think. Now, if you agree with me, cool. If not, that's okay too. Like I said, I'm here to listen to different opinions, no matter how dumb they are. But try to keep them not dumb. And usually you guys don't. Usually you guys do it right. Creative perseverance. When we get Black Frieza in the anime, I hope that they play Frieza's theme in Resurrection F since it radiates black force energy. Do you mean Frieza, 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 Frieza? I hope so too, actually. I'm not gonna lie, that'd be awesome. Addicted Fox says it would be interesting to see if Frieza had training partners this time and how strong they are. Maybe he goes to Sadala to kill all the Saiyans. Yeah, that would be something. That would be something. If he's not gonna cross over into that universe, but what about this one? Have y'all thought about if Frost is similar enough to Frieza, does that not mean that we're gonna eventually get Golden and Black Frost, bro? Does that not make sense that we're gonna get Golden Frost and then Black Frost? So if that's the case, then that means that Universe 6 is also fucked. So for all we know, it might be Frieza and Frost against Saiyans from both universes. They can do a lot of cool things. Will they, though? I don't know if I trust Toriyama and Toyotaro to do something that cool. Hopefully. Sun Owl. Could Fusion Dance characters use Potara? Probably. That's been... Can a fusion fuse? It's never happened before, but I don't see why not. But they would have to explain it if it did happen. Almost done, y'all. We have a lot of questions to answer today, man. I was not expecting these many questions. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Shinkai9 says, and when I say done, I don't mean with the stream. I have to bring some guests on. I mean like with the questions. Do you think Frieza with God Ki could reach Grand Priest level if Frieza really wanted to? I don't know, but at the rate of growth, I think it is possible. I'll be covering that in the video very soon. Vic Von Doom. Sorry, I'm confused. I just got back from deployment. Oh, well, first of all, I'm glad you're back. That's good. I hope you had a good time wherever you were deployed. I was just telling you that power level has nothing to do with mortal level. The universes that were not in the TOP had nothing to do with power. That's all I said. So that's misinformation that was spread back when that first happened. Return to the Living says Frieza trained 91 times the amount of time he trained to achieve Golden. I'm assuming 1-in-1 efficiency of training, he would be insane. Yeah, I mean, I feel like he'll eventually reach a gap, or a cap, that is. I just don't know what that is. Who knows? Seth Taft says 4 words, Frieza the God Butcher. I like that. You know what? I've been wanting a God Butcher type of character. I mean, in a way, Goku Black kind of did that, but Frieza's probably better suited for it and more powerful. High Noon Moon says Frieza definitely is still butthurt over Toppo. I would like to see him find a way to travel to Universe 11 just for the sake of killing Toppo. I actually would not mind seeing that too. I kind of see where you're coming from. Vic Von Doom, do you think the vanity boost that comes with being Majin would complement UE well or help Vegeta maximize it? I've never thought about that before. Could the Majin boost... And for those who don't know what he's talking about the fact that when you get possessed by Babidi, when he converts your heart into evil, or when he exposes your heart into evil, you get a power boost out of it. It's what happened to Vegeta and Majin Vegeta. It's what happened to Sapopovich and several other characters. I'm not sure if they correlate, but you have to remember that being a destroyer god, being a Hakaishin, a god of destruction, is not necessarily the same as being evil. Gods of destruction are not evil creatures by nature. They just have a very difficult job. A job that requires destruction. But if the Majin boost works the same, I could see a boost. But will the boost really multiply Ultra Ego's power? I don't know. I don't know about that. That's one of those questions that can only be answered if it actually happens. Now, if the Majin boost works the same, I could see a boost. But will the boost really multiply Ultra Ego's power? I don't know. I don't know about that. That's one of those questions that can only be answered if it actually happens. Now, if the Majin boost works the same, I could see a boost. But will the boost really multiply Ultra Ego's power? I don't know. I don't know about that. That's one of those questions that can only be answered if it actually happens. Now, if you want to talk about wacky upgrades, if you're into Dragon Ball Heroes, and I've done a whole video about this. I did a video called Masked Saiyans Explained. In that video, I talked about how when a Saiyan wears a mask, or when a character, usually the Saiyan, wears a mask, one of the ones from the Time Breakers, that gives you an even bigger boost than the Majin M. So that would be something to see. But that's only in Heroes. That's not in the main story. Mo, did you see DBS Superhero now holds the record for highest grossing opening day, beating Demon Slayer and the Pokemon movie, even with bad marketing? I didn't see that factoid. I saw it was doing well. It did 6 million, but I didn't see that it beat those two. In fact, we're going to talk about that here in a minute. Enter the Cube. He says, you think they're going to make Goku stack SSG on top of Ultra Instinct? I don't think so. That's a bad idea. Seems inevitable at this point since new transformation sell merch. Yeah, but I hope not. I hope not. Thank you, Spartaminus. Real quick, let me get that out of the way for y'all real quick. Okay, check this out. So, on your screen right now, what you see, this is from Box Office Daily. Dragon Ball Superhero distributed by Crunchyroll. Notice it's not distributed by by 20th Century Fox anymore. Remember, Disney owns Fox. Fox owns the distribution rights. No, they don't. Crunchyroll is distributing this movie. You are wrong. Disney does not own Dragon Ball. I'm not going to say it again. Anyways, but that means I probably will say it again at some point. Dragon Ball Superhero and Beast debuted this week. Dragon Ball Superhero did $6 million gross. Over $6 million, actually. Beast did much less than that. It's at $4 million. And that's pretty big because Beast had Idris Elba. So that's a huge, huge victory for Dragon Ball, despite its crap promotion. Bullet Train came out last week. Top Gun was a couple months ago. It's the biggest movie of the year, though. DC League of Super Pets. I don't know who would go watch that, bro, except for little kids. Thor, Love and Thunder. Nope was good. Minions is another movie, kind of a kid's movie. I've only seen one of the Minions films. Where the Crawdads Sing. It's an indie film. Bodies, it's an indie film. And Orphan First Kill did not do well at all, but it didn't get that much distribution. Dragon Ball Superhero was in 3,000 theaters. So even though the promotion for this movie was terrible, it still did relatively well compared to its promotion. And that's because anime movies sell in theaters. Even with bad promotion, they sell. Point blank, they sell. It is what it is. Let's get back to the super chats here, because I still got a lot more questions to answer from you guys. Mark Allen says, do you think the next arc could happen in one of the other universes? I would like that. I would like that. Zombie Gas. Oh, so this is from MTS 1993. Zombie Gas looks like Mumra from Thundercats. Do you think Toyotaro was paying homage to that? I have no idea. I have no clue if Toyotaro has actually seen Thundercats. But I will say that it definitely had a zombie-esque feel to it, for sure. By the way, y'all, leave a like if you're stopping by. We're at 2,000 viewers, but only 1,000 likes. Leave a like, man. That will help me out. Welcome to the Ultra Instinct Army, Daily Chan. Welcome. We're going to have a lot of fun. He signed up, or Daily Chan signed up for the memberships. Hold on. King says, can Frieza say the N-word now? Just asking. That's not up to me, bro. Courage X says, so now that Frieza's back in the picture and Goku learning about Bardock, do you think this is a recipe to lead up to the history of the Saiyans and possibly introducing Broly in some sort of way? Well, they've already introduced Broly. Broly got introduced in the Broly movie. I'm not sure what you mean. Unless, did you mean to type Broly? Because I'm not sure. Like, Broly was already introduced. Unless you mean introduce Broly to the fight with Frieza. Like to the manga, then I could see that, yeah. If that's what you mean. If that's what you mean. Again, I'm only assuming, because I'm only assuming that's what you mean. I could be wrong. Marcus McAfee, possible they are finally reintroducing Oob. Not until the end of Z, bro. Wayne Posey says, you're the best DB YouTuber. Keep it up. You got me watching sub. Thank you, Wayne, and enjoy that, because that's the right way. N Simmons 211 just saw the movie last night. Great movie. I wanted to say the ending of this arc is cool. It also feels like the ending of this arc kind of goes into superhero with Goku and Vegeta training. Possibly. It could be possible that when Whis drops Goku and Vegeta off on planet Beerus, Goku's like, we got to bring Broly along. We got to get stronger with him. And then that's what leads into superhero. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense, y'all? Like, Goku realizes that Frieza has overpowered everybody. So he wants to bring Broly in to train with them to get stronger. And that could be the case. I mean, that could legitimately happen. You know? And that makes sense. Like, that's a way it can all tie together. But if that does happen, then that means the next arc of Dragon Ball Super is going to have to be after Superhero. And that could either be at the end of Z, or it could be after that even. I mean, hell, for all we know, Goku might be training Oob to take on Frieza. Let's not forget that little idea. That maybe Oob, if strong enough, if he channels all his evil, or all his, not evil, but all his dark energy from when he was Boo, he could challenge Frieza at some point. There's a lot of ways this can go, bro. I don't think Frieza's going to end up being a main villain for quite some time. Again, like, he'll be around, but I think they'll have other characters coming in and out to kind of weave their story along. That's my guess. We're going to bring in some guests here in just a minute, y'all. We're going to talk about this. Not says, I think Frieza's setting his sights on overthrowing the Omni King and not kill Goku and Vegeta as part of his plan. That's going to be tough, bro. That's going to be tough. That will be tough. But that is a goal. That is a goal he could be going for. AB says, thoughts on Gask being added to the video games fighters, and if during the match he continuously becomes older and his skills super change as the result where he's skeleton by the end. Love the show. Actually, I love your idea. I love your idea. I hope they do that to where the more you use Gas, the older he gets, right? Or if you use his super moves, his hyper combos, he ends up getting older. Like, that would actually be, that's a cool fucking idea, AB. You should be working for Bandai, because that's a cool fucking idea. Then Gas can be really strong when you pick him in fighters, but he ends up being like having a disadvantage, but still strong. That would be great. That would be great. I actually love that idea. Kiso Hatsune. Frieza became the very thing he hates the most. I guess you could say that. Brendan O'Neill. Okay, I didn't hear it retracted. Christopher Kent. What do you think about SS4 inaccurately portrayed as an SSJ transformation? Seems like the way it's attained design suggests an offshoot. I talked about that in my Super Saiyan 4 transformation guide video in detail with some theories that were spouted about like years ago. So you might want to check that out. We talked about that way back. That talk that you're talking about, that conversation, has been going on for quite some time. Strife David. Hey man, big fan of your stuff for a while. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Thank you very much. Do you think with Frieza unbelievably powerful at this point that we might see a possible Vegito-Gogeta fusion fight? Yes, but I think at this point... Actually, I'm going to make another poll right here. I'm going to ask y'all another question. Let me see if I can do that. Hold on. Okay, that poll is over. We're going to make another poll right now. Alright, you ready for this one? So there's the results right there. 87% liked Black Frieza. 12% did not like. Next poll. Here we go. Can Frieza beat... Hold on. Can Black Frieza beat... Can Black Frieza beat Gogeta or Vegito? Type yes or no. I'm not going to give you what I think yet. I want y'all to vote on that for me. Vote. Can Black Frieza beat... Do you think, even if you're not a power scaler, do you think Black Frieza could actually defeat Gogeta or Vegito? Yes or no? So Strife, I'm going to thank you for the inspiration. And I will answer your question. I hope we see it, but I think the problem... Let me hold off on the answer. Just give me 1 second. I want to see what they think first. Disfigured Pop-Tart writes, I believe Frieza had a very powerful training partner as well as seeing them in the next arc. I hope so. And I hope it is cooler. I hope that it is cooler. All right, y'all. I'm looking right now, and it looks like so far this is a very, very even poll. Can Black Frieza beat Gogeta Vegito? 53% say no, 47% say yes. That's so far, though. That's going to be going back and forth as the night goes on or as the day goes on. So I'll address that in just a minute. Victor, thank you for your generosity, Victor. I really appreciate it, dude. Seriously. He writes, before the movie, it seemed that Gohan could go SS and then Ultimate if he was not rusty. The movie made me wonder if his new transformation is his unlocked potential but going Super Saiyan like SSGSS. I might cover that in a transformation guide very soon because that does make sense. I feel like it is his unlocked potential with the ultimate rage boost. That's my guess, and it could be something only hybrid Saiyans can tap into. Now again, I'm just guessing that. That could be totally off base. Mo says, it broke the 23-year-old record Pokemon held. DBS Superhero is estimated to break 26 million just this weekend now. That is good news. Barry Slayer, do you think UE Vegeta is stronger than MUI Goku? They're relatively the same, I would guess, but I'm going to probably say no, only because Vegeta is still very rusty with that form. Goku has had MUI longer and thus understands it better. So I think as time goes by, things will even out. But remember, Goku's Ultra Instinct is a technique from the Angels, and Vegeta's is a technique from the God of Destruction. So the Angels are more powerful, and you have to take that into account. Yes, they are both mortals, but still. So right now, 53% say no, Black Frieza cannot beat Gogeta Vegito. 47% say yes. I think that Black Frieza can beat Gogeta Vegito, and I'm going to tell you why. Because in order for Gogeta and Vegito to put out enough power to actually hurt Black Frieza, it will drain their fusion time. I think if they fight and they increase their power, their fusion time will eventually run out, and that'll be that. That's my guess. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll do a whole last video on it. That could be fun. That could be a fun time. In fact, I probably will do a video on it because it's interesting. It's a good topic. It's a fun topic. Thomas Jeffers, not Jefferson, Jeffers. He says, to be honest, I was hoping Frieza was training at U6 and giving them a lot of trouble. That'll give them an urgent reason to head over there. Well, that might still happen, Thomas. That may still happen. By the way, y'all, 2,300 people, leave a like. Leave a like, leave a like, leave a like, leave a like, leave a like. Helps me out. And thank you. I will always be eternally grateful. Hold on, y'all. I have a lot of questions today, dude. This is the most amount of questions I've gotten in a long time. John Anthony, sorry for what might be a simple question, but how does superhero fit in the timeline? Like, why doesn't the Moral Arc or Granolah Arc show Gohan in a new form? Because it takes place after those two arcs, bro. It's a question I've already answered, John, but maybe you're new here. So what you try to do is you got to go to... Hold on, let me show you what to do. Let me show you what to do, because there's a trick. Okay, so check my screen real quick. Okay, so this is the Geekdom 101 channel. If you go to playlist and you go right here, Dragon Ball Super Superhero 2022 News and Analysis, this is every video that I've done so far on the movie, right? And if you go all the way back, and this is not a recent video, so it might be difficult to find at first, but there's a video where I talk about where it takes place. Hold on. Where is that video? Well, basically, let me just try typing it in, actually. Because there is an easier way. We type it in. Hold on a second. You go. There's a little. All right. Hold on. Dragon Ball Superhero timeline. That should bring it up. There it is. When Dragon Ball Superhero takes place revealed. So this was from a year ago, but it's accurate. It takes place a year, roughly within a year before the end of Z timeline. So there you go. that video came out a year ago, so maybe you're new here, you didn't get to see it. But if there's anything that you missed, if you have any questions on anything I've covered, type it in here. Like, for example, how strong is Vegeta? Right? Boom. How strong is Vegeta base? Strongest Dragon Ball Vegeta? Who's stronger between 4 Goku and Super Vegeta? Gogeta Blue, Ultra, all the videos come up. A lot of people, the reason why I'm showing you all this is that a lot of people don't even know about that hourglass. Or that magnifying glass. Like, it's not really like big on YouTube. So like, if you do that, it's called a channel search. And you can find anything, you know. How strong is Frieza? And then there's a lot of videos on Frieza. Different videos I've done. So, or just type a character, Gohan. Tons of Gohan videos. So that's how it works, man. I want my channel to be like an encyclopedia. Basically like Dragon Ball Wiki, except more accurate and more fun as well. Let's get back to these questions. Thank you, DSM. Joao Pedroza. I feel Frieza's going to be after the Hakaishins. I hope so. I hope so. Vic Von Doom. Man, you are all over the place, Vic. If Broly never gets an instinct, or if Broly ever gets an instinct, I think it should be called Survival Instinct. He's not, I like that name. He's not as ego-driven as Vegeta, and though both him and Gohan use rage to boost, he doesn't start feeling himself the way Gohan does. Yes, that is a great point. I agree with everything you've said. I think the form that he's using now, with that like controlled Uzaru and shit, I think that is like his trajectory, the way he improves. Spart Animus, I wonder if Whis thinking of Oob and Mabby knowing he's the kid Boo Mabby. Maybe. I'm sorry. It's M-A-Y-B-E, but you typoed it there. Knowing he's the Kid Buu reincarnation and Goku training him properly to be part of Universe 7. You know what? We're going to end the poll right now. More than half of you guys voted that Frieza's not stronger. I'm going to make a new poll here. We're making a new poll here. You ready for this one? Ready for this one, y'all? New poll. Here we go. Here's the question I'm asking. Do you want the Black Frieza conflict to be after End of Z? That's it. It's more about what you want. Not what you think, what you want as a fan. Now, if you don't think it's going to happen, that's one thing. But do you want the Black Frieza saga to be after the End of Z or before? Click yes or no at the top of the poll. Hold on. John, is Gohan at this point technically SS4? No. Sterling Spring. Gohan Beast is his name, bro. Go check out my video I did called The Ending of Dragon Ball Super Superhero Explained. It goes into all that stuff. Sterling Spring says, do you think Bardock's Scouter will be a plot device for Goku's progression? Do you think Bulma will repair it? I'd be okay with both of those things, Sterling. Honestly, I would be okay with it. Even though a Scouter's not even... A Scouter's pointless now because they can sense energy. We're way past that. We're going to get to some calls here in a minute, y'all. Because we've been talking for almost an hour. I've taken no calls. And there's a lot of people who want to get on and talk about this. So we're going to be doing that shortly. But you guys have sent questions nonstop. And I have to get these questions out of the way. Like, it's been nonstop questions the whole stream. And I'm okay with that, honestly. Addicted Fox, because Frieza could have beaten UI Goku U Vegeta, he transformed just to flex. Right? I mean, you might be right about that. Key Soul, is there going to be a movie character be canon in the next arc? I can't predict any of that stuff, bro. I genuinely don't know yet. We'll talk about that in a separate video. What they could do. Thank you so much, Justin Showyers. I'm sorry if I butchered your name for the donation. John's... Hold on, y'all. There's way too many questions right now, y'all. John's honest takes. Is Frieza even a villain still? I see him as another anti-hero frenemy now. Goku, Vegeta, and him kind of need each other to get stronger. Nah, he's a villain. He's a villain, but he's a lot more confident than he used to be. Less paranoid. Disfigured Pop-Tart. I believe Black Frieza could shred Gogeta Vegeta because he one-shotted both Goku and Vegeta at once. I agree with that. Safe bet. Leave a like if you're stopping by. Jordan's channel. Do you think, and this is not my Jordan, it's a different Jordan. Do you think it was missed opportunity that since Cell Max was not the completed form, it would have been interesting to see him go after 18? I mean, he doesn't absorb anybody. So it doesn't work the same. It does not work the same way as Old Cell. It would have been kind of a rehash. I would have liked to have seen 17 there with 18, though. It would have been cool to see 17, 18, and Gamma 1 and 2 working together. That'd be pretty cool. No Love Joss. Do you think Android 21 could become a future villain since her original character is canon now? There is no canon, first of all. Second of all, I don't think so. But again, anything can happen, yo. Anything can happen. Andrew Holmblad. Black Frieza was a welcome surprise, but gifting Frieza the kill shots on Elec and Gas ruined Granolah's character development and his vengeance. Agreed. I've been saying that, and I agree with that. Courage X. Have Gogeta and Vegeta ever lost a fight? No, not actually lost. The first fusion to ever lose was Kefla. You think about it. AB, do you think Broly will eventually fuse and fuse with whom? Kale, Goku, Vegeta, Chilai. I don't think they fuse with Chilai, bro. But I can see Goku. I want to see Karoli. And Simmons, I'd say UI Goku stronger than UE because it seems like UI works on its own when Goku is in serious danger like the giant UI form. That's true. I mean, but again, UE has not been around long enough, and we might get new powers on that one next arc. You have to always remember that the story's not over yet. LQ family, do you think Beast Gohan can defeat Frieza? Black Frieza? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That is something I want to see, though. Oh my God, the questions never end. Okay, we're almost done with the questions. I just want to make sure I get to all the questions. Who do you think is being born Oracle Fish? Oh, I guess you're talking about who the fish talking about? No idea. People think it's Gohan Cooler. I'm hoping it's somebody new. Travis McIntyre. If they use the Angel Potars like they won't unfuse his Vegito, there's a fan manga by Call Me Arj where Vegeto's killing the gods for destroying Earth and imprisoning him for 10 years where he trained in his head. All right. I've never read that before, bro, but okay. I don't know what to tell you on that. Seems like a unique idea. Maxwell Quevedo, if the training scene of Vegeta, Broly, and Goku in the movie is before they face Black Frieza, then maybe the supposed strongest warrior might be Gohan? Yes, maybe. Or maybe Whis knows what's happening. Maybe the Oracle Fish told Whis that it was Gohan and he just kept it to himself. Zachary, Obsidian Frieza? I don't know. I like the mineral route for naming Frieza's Awokens, even if it's not how the naming scheme works. Well, his name is Black Frieza. I mean, it's too late. We can't name him something else, bro. It's Black Frieza. Remember how people would always say, like, I think Super Saiyan God should be called Saiyan God, and Super Saiyan Blue be called Super Saiyan God? Like, you can't. Like, okay, like, I think Super Saiyan 4 should have been called Ape Saiyan. Like, it doesn't matter because it's not the official name. Like, we can all sit here and come up with cool names all day, but it doesn't mean they're official. But sometimes the fan names are better than the official names. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of times they are. It just depends. It's a case-by-case situation. Dragon Ball Freakable says, what do you think they're going to do with OG73? Nothing. They're not going to do a damn thing with OG73. They're done with him. Wayne Posey, this is why I don't talk about DB on my channel. You got all the info. I keep my YouTube to toys and Power Rangers. Talk about whatever you want, bro. Talk about whatever you want as long as it's fun. Don't worry about me. Don't ever compare yourself to other YouTube channels. Talk about whatever you want. Whatever you think is fun to talk about. G. Smith, Gohan B seems like the ultimate Gohan going Super Saiyan. That's what I think too. AB, there was no sub and IMAX dub only option available, unfortunately. Like the Broly movie a lot more in theaters. How soon will we see Black Cooler and DB Heroes, Black Frieza Cooler Fusion? Bro, at this rate, probably not far off, but remember what I told you. You're not going to see anything from the manga in Heroes or in any of the games until the anime actually comes out. You're not going to see it. You're not gonna see Moro. You're not gonna see Granolah. You're not gonna see Ultra Ego. None of that shit will be in Heroes. None of it. I've already talked about this multiple times. Until we have an official anime that goes covering the manga story, then you'll start seeing stuff come up. So it'll be after that. So maybe next year. But even if they start the anime next year, they're not gonna get to Black Frieza until what, 2024, 2025? So maybe 2023. No, wait, let me think. They might get to him in 2024. Depending on how many episodes each arc is. But if you calculate it, it won't be next year. So it might be a couple years, yo. Let's not forget, they're going to be revamping Dragon Ball video games too very soon. We're going to get new Dragon Ball video games based on all this new shit very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. This franchise is far from over, y'all. I'm telling you. Mr. Dutch, I think Frieza's stronger than Beerus, or on the same level. Next arc might be TOP2 where he'll make his move on the gods and cause chaos. I would like to see that, Dutch. Thank you. Thank you, Jonah. Sterling Spring, Goku's progression, meaning with true UI, do you think the Scouter might have additional voice recordings of Bardock on it when Bulma repairs it? That would be cool. I love your idea, Sterling Spring. I don't know if they're going to do that, but I love your idea. Breachy, do you think the Oracle Fish was implying Oob? No, I do not think it was Oob. I could be wrong. I don't think it's Oob. Because Oob's already been born, bro. Oob's been around already. Like, it's not Oob. Knowledge is forever. I think Frieza will see that Goku has Bardock Scouter and will put one and one together and tell Goku he killed his dad, and Goku will get mad and level up. I don't think Goku's going to care that much. But in the dub, he already kind of told him. That was only in the dub, though. In the Japanese version, he never said that. Jeno Williams, do you think Black Frieza in his final form since he's been training for 10 years. I don't know what else could come after Black Frieza, bro. Maybe White Frieza is the last one. I have no idea. Recon Spartan, Goku needs to take Bulma's undergarment again after that superhero wish. Well, maybe not Goku, but Roshi should do it. Dylan Madrid, they should do a Gohan and Broly fusion. Well, they should have them fight, first of all. I want Beast, Gohan, and Broly to fight at some point. So that does it for the super chats. Thank y'all for being so generous. We're going to go ahead and take calls now from the Geekdom 101 Discord. How do you get into the Discord? You become a member. How do you become a member? You go to any video, click the join button, and watch the video. You must be at tier 2 or higher to join the Discord, and you can be a part of the conversation. Let me go ahead and bring Jordan in here. All right, Jordan, you're live with me, bro. What an hour I was going here without bringing anybody in because of so many questions. Wait, hold on. Okay, say it again.
I said, yeah, you've been going for a minute.
I had to unmute you. Also mute me in the background. So let me bring in. I'm not just gonna bring you in. I'm gonna bring. Let me think for a minute. Who else can I bring in? Maybe I'll bring Critical in. Okay. All right, Critical. You there? Critical.
What's good?
There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna bring two at a time this time because I want to get through these calls. So okay. We're going to be talking about the manga right now and the movie if you want. But let me real quick answer this question. Hey, I was in the Discord, left because my subscription ended. You shouldn't have done that, bro. Whenever I asked to join back, I missed the link. My bad. Well, don't miss it, bro. Listen, iOS Inc., do me a favor right now. Like right now, since we're live, go to the community tab, like right now, go to the community tab, go to the Discord server tier 2 thing, and join. I got Daily Chan. Daily Chan, I don't know if you're here right now, but I'm going to give you an invite right now, so use it right now, okay? Stand by. Hold on, y'all. I got to get this out of the way because these guys, whatchamacallit? iOS, do not leave the Discord without talking to me first. Go to the community chat tab, go down to Discord server entry, and right now type in, like, give me a link, and I'll give you a link right now. I want to give it to you right now, bro. I want to give it to you right now. Anyways, Jordan and Critical, the Granolah Arc is over, bro. They put us out of our misery finally. So it's done, bro. What do you think about the ending of the Granolah Arc? Not the whole arc. That's a separate video. Well, maybe we'll talk about it here. But the Granolah Arc and this finale with Black Frieza and Granolah, Elec, all that stuff.
You can go ahead and go first, Critical. I'll save my thoughts.
Yeah, Critical, go ahead.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I was like a bit surprised because I actually thought like Granolah was going to get his revenge on Gas, and that's what I was hoping for. But when like Frieza came in, I'm just like, all right, this is gonna turn the opposite direction. And when I seen what they were about to do with his new like, oh, I've been like training for about 10 years. What? So you? Oh no. So then when he had his transformation and whipped Goku and Vegeta, and I was just like, damn.
Well, you're a big
And
fan. You're a big fan of horror movies and shit. What'd you think about Gas's like zombie state? Because that's one of the
oh,
most grotesque things I've ever seen in Dragon Ball, and I don't see how the anime is going to be able to do something like that. It's just not going to look the same. It's
bro,
grotesque.
it felt like Shang Tsung just came in there and sucked the soul right out of him. It is insane, and
Yeah.
the fact that it was like so gory, where Frieza actually like hand right through him, and then like he just like disintegrated, and I was just like, that has to be the most bloodiest thing I ever seen in the Dragon Ball Super
Yeah,
manga.
like his
Like
flesh melted
what?
off of his skull, bro.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
insane, bro.
No, this chapter, but the thing is, I do agree with you, and I've said this a million times. Granolah not getting the final kill on Elec was a mistake. I feel like that's important for the character of Granolah. Even if Frieza took out Gas, or even if he took out everybody else, I think Granolah should have gotten the kill on Elec, and he felt like a background player here, and that is not. I didn't think that was good writing. Jordan, what do you think about this, bro?
Well, I can actually understand where you're coming from, especially like if you're a fan of revenge stories. Like it
Wait,
does feel really.
well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. iOS, I sent you a link to the Discord. Click it now. All right, go ahead, Jordan.
I can understand where you're coming from, especially like if you're a fan of revenge stories, because it is really satisfying to see the guy that's been screwed over and over and over again in the story get his revenge. But this chapter kind of, I mean, there's a lot of previous events that happened in the manga that led to the idea that this entire story is an anti revenge story. It's not actually encouraging revenge, it's actually promoting the opposite because
Right, but I will disagree.
the
You're right, but when Alex took out his mom, bro, that changed. When
well,
we
yeah, that's
found
what I
that
mean.
out,
Like,
that
there's
changed
nothing
everything.
wrong. There's nothing wrong with enjoying revenge stories. There's nothing wrong with like wanting somebody to get their revenge. But you gotta think about it from Granola's perspective. This entire time he's been on Planet Cereal trying to get his revenge, and he fought Goku and he fought Vegeta. And when he was fighting Vegeta, Vegeta basically told him that if he got his revenge on the Saiyans, that would be pretty much no different than repeating the past and what the Saiyans themselves did. So, and not just that, Manito himself has been telling him since he used the Dragon Balls that using the Dragon Balls for stuff like that will do nothing but bring him his doom. And then the guy turns around and has a near death experience. He almost dies. Manito almost dies. And he wakes up from all this and he realizes that the reason all this bad stuff keeps happening to him is because of his blind need for revenge. So you got to really think about it from his perspective. Like he wakes up with a new perspective.
And
Not only that,
that's fine, but he still should have killed Alex.
but within this chapter, gas is literally used as an example of what happens when all you want is revenge. Because
Right,
when
there
Frieza
are
shows up,
consequences. There are consequences.
yeah, when Frieza shows up and Gas sees him, there was no other thought in his mind other than getting revenge, and because of that, he paid the price. So this story, it really feels like, and not just that. I noticed something that not a lot of people are talking about, and that is whenever Granolah talks about how his attack used up his lifespan, and then he falls to the ground and he starts bleeding out of his mouth or whatever. Manito actually, so the only thing that had injured Granolah at that point was the fact that he had used up more of his lifespan through that attack. And yet, Manito was capable of healing him from using that attack. So to me, that suggests that Manito is actually capable of keeping Granolah alive.
By the way,
Because
Jordan, I forgot to tell you this. I'm sorry, but this is important. I went to go see the movie with JD on Friday, and the first thing I said to him when we got out of the theater, I said, "Sorry, bro, girl did not have UI." That's bro.
oh,
2 years he's been waiting for that Christmas present. All he got was a lump of coal in his stocking. Sorry,
so
JD.
true.
We'll bring him in here, bro. I'm gonna clown him, but go ahead.
But Also, if you go back to Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, chapter 164, I think it's page 18.
I'm not pulling that up right now, but go for it.
It's fine. You don't have to. But Kami actually has a conversation with Goku where so he's contemplating whether or not planet Earth should have Dragon Balls. And he basically tells Goku, he says, it wouldn't do any good for men to begin saying, well, if things get bad, God should fix it. And he says that in the end, Earthlings must depend on their own powers to find their way through, and even the Dragon Balls make you prove yourself for one miracle. Okay? So basically, that explains why Vegeta talks about how gas being the strongest is a curse, because gas is actually living the exact opposite of example of that. If you remember, before Elec made the wish for gas, he didn't want to use the wish to defeat Granolah. He wanted to use his own power. So
right. Now, if I were writing, if I were the one writing, I like your idea. I'm not doubting your idea. I would have had Elec get revenge on Elec. I'm sorry. I would have had Granolah get his revenge on Elec, and then say, okay, I've got my revenge. I don't have to do this anymore.
Well, the only way,
Jordan. Hold on. What I want to do is I want to get everybody in the chat involved. So I want to ask them a question. First of all, the last poll we did, do you want Black Frieza conflict to be after the end of Z? 77% said yes, 22% said no. The next poll, right now, should Granolah have killed Elec? Now we're going to see what the people think. So go ahead, y'all. The poll is up. Should Granolah have killed Elec? I want to know what y'all think. Go ahead and vote. And go ahead, George. I just wanted to get that. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I wanted to see what the people think.
The only way I think it could work narratively, given the fact that they're saying that Granolah only survives the Dragon Balls because he's basically not selfish anymore. The only way I think it could work narratively is if Vegeta and Granolah work together to take out Elec and Gas, not necessarily for revenge, but because it's the right thing to do. And that's actually where I thought the story was going.
That's what I thought was going to in the first few pages, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought that Granolah and Vegeta would work together. Vegeta's lessons would, have an impact on Granolah, and they together would take out Elec and Gas, not necessarily for revenge, but because to protect Planet Cereal and to do the right thing. That's actually where I thought the story was going. And to me, that would have worked very well narratively. It would have been a really good ending.
I also feel like because Monaito and Granolah lived, we have not seen the last of those characters. We haven't.
Oh, yeah. No.
We have not. We will see Granolah again, bro. They should have done that shit they do in the MCU movies where at the end it says Granolah will return. They should have ended this with like a black page that says Granolah will return. That'd be awesome, bro.
I do want to comment on Black Frieza, though, because Black Frieza, I don't know. I know there's people have mixed feelings about it, but to me, everything that happened in this chapter with Frieza did nothing but make me more of a fan of Frieza.
No, I love.
And I'll tell you,
you know how much I love Frieza. Also, right
and
now,
I'll tell you why.
The polls at 57% should Granolah have killed Elec. 57% say yes, 43% say no. So it's pretty close. It's still pretty close.
Yeah. What I love about it is Elec was built up to be such a genius the entire arc that people thought he had a whole other arc under his belt where he does some kind of crazy scheme and tries to take over the universe. But no, Frieza shows up and reveals that not only has he been manipulating Elec this whole time, but that he knows everything that's going on in the universe, and he also knows what's been going on Planet Cereal here recently. So it's the man behind the man trope, right? And from a writing perspective, that's really, really hard to pull off without giving it away. That's one of the hardest tropes to pull off, to not reveal that there's someone behind closed doors pulling off the string.
We have the room of spirit and time. I mean, I did love what Frieza did. I still think that Granolah should have killed Elec, but I love how Frieza was like, oh, you brought me here so that Gas can kill me. Because that was the plan. He thought that
Yeah.
gas was going to kill Goku, Vegeta, Granolah, and Frieza, and thus it would have completely wiped the slate clean, and nobody would have been able to stop him from taking over the Empire. If Goku, Vegeta, Granolah, and Frieza are all dead, the Empire's pretty much his. On top of that, even though we have people like Broly and Gohan out there, they don't care about the Empire. Alec does.
And that's why I loved it, because to me, the black form symbolizes that Emperor Frieza is back. And another thing that signifies that is him letting Goku and Vegeta live. And I'll tell you why. Because it shows that he's learned from his mistakes. Whenever Frieza trained for the Golden Form the first time, he did it just to kill Goku.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
He literally just wanted to kill Goku. That's all he wanted. But that's not what he wants anymore. He wants them under his thumb. He wants to pull a Super Saiyan Goku.
It's an ego thing.
Yeah, he wants to pull a Super Saiyan Goku and be standing over Goku's body and being able to wreck him anytime he possibly wants. He just wants to be
Yeah,
like,
you're
and he also
you're talking about a fate worse than death. It's almost like a lot of people say, have you ever heard the phrase, if you kill a man, you're not doing, if you kill a man dead, it's not an accomplishment. If you kill a man alive, then you're saying something. Something like that. I forget how the parable goes.
Yeah. Well, also, Frieza knows Goku and Vegeta better now than he ever has. Whenever he first met Goku, he could not manipulate him in any way because Goku was just there to take care of business. He was just there to take down Frieza. No matter how hard Frieza tried, he couldn't push Goku in any direction. But during the Tournament of Power specifically, Frieza started to realize what makes Goku tick. And it's kind of the same thing with Vegeta too. Like he's learned more about both of them, especially through the Tournament of Power. Okay. So I think he actually sees Goku and Vegeta as assets, kind of like he was whenever he was the Emperor of the Universe.
Yeah,
before.
But they're gonna beat him at some point, bro. You know
oh, right. I'm just saying. I think he's more intelligent than he used to be. Like this whole,
he's
notice,
more calculating. I think that's the word I think you're looking for.
Yeah, well, he's overall just a better villain and a better character. Like he's the same Emperor he was when he was introduced to the story, but now he's smarter and better overall. He's stronger. You know what I mean? He's just the new and improved Frieza. Well, and to me, that is a lot better than whenever Golden Frieza was shown, because Super Saiyan Blue and the Golden Form
he was impatient. That's what it was.
Well, no. Narratively, the Golden Form and Super Saiyan Blue didn't have a huge impact because it was just them showing each other's power off. It was just like, oh, mine's bigger. You know what I mean? Like what makes transformations great is the impact that they have on the story. And this compared to Golden Frieza, there is no comparison.
Better. This is way better because
there's just no comparison.
We've been building up UI and UE the entire arc, and for him to one-shot them is like one of those Dragon Ball moments, like when Jiren was able to like knock through Super Saiyan God and Blue. Like, oh my God, what can they do? You know, it's a great moment. Real quick, Jordan, let me get these super chats out of the way. Birdman Senpai says, Zombie Gas looks like Ganondorf from the sequel to Breath of the Wild trailer. Haven't seen that yet. Kamar Turner, been a major fan for years. Danny, how do you feel about the repetitiveness of the franchise always bringing back Frieza? I like the idea of Frieza being this villain that's not the main focus, but comes back every once in a while. I said it before. I call him the Joker of Dragon Ball. He's always around. He's always going to fuck with them, but he's not like the lead heel. He's just going to show up whenever needed. So I do like that. But I think at some point he needs to die, and it must be at the hands of Vegeta. N. Simmons 211, Darth Frieza, right. Joshua 3, let's be honest, the moral arc was mid. Cool moments, but he died like Cell, in my opinion. I think it was different than Cell. Granolah was never about that life. Gas was dope, but Frieza coming through the finish was kind of lazy, but acceptable. You seem to have very mixed opinions, so do I. There's things about this arc that I loved and things I did not love at all. And I am going to say this too, y'all. I think I'm going to do another stream where I'm going to talk about the next story arc and where we go from here with Black Frieza. I think that's going to be a separate stream because there's a lot of ways it can go. Also, Jordan, the way the poll results came out, should Granolah have killed Alec? 60% say yes, 40% say no. So it's not a landslide victory, but it is what it is. Critical. Well, wait, before we go to Critical, Ryan Gordon just joined. Do you think Whis or the Oracle Fish is talking about Broly when he asked about the strongest? Absolutely not. Broly's been surpassed by both Goku and Vegeta in this arc. However, Broly has the potential to go above everybody. So he could be talking about them as far as potential goes, but not as far as their power right now. Critical, what do you think about what Jordan said about the Granolah and him not killing Alec? Do you see his point there about like it being sort of the closure of his character arc? You know what I mean?
I do see the point. I just don't agree with it because here's the thing: what Jordan actually mentioned to me, it's like, would his mom actually want that?
That's a good point. No, that's a
Granola's
fair
mom
point. That's a fair point.
Well, yeah, and the arc is about one example of somebody using the Dragon Balls versus another example of somebody using the Dragon Balls. And Granolah is supposed to be the example of doing the right thing, and Gas is supposed to be the example of doing the wrong thing. And that's the reason that I say, you know, to me it would only really work if Vegeta and Granolah worked together to do it for the right reasons. You know what I mean?
Hey,
so like
real quick, iOS Inc. Let me know if you got into the Discord, bro. Let me just type in the chat that if you got in or not. Go ahead, bro.
But yeah, that's all I was saying. I was just saying that like they can't. Basically, the whole point of Granolah dropping his whole revenge thing was because this, within the context of the Dragon Balls, selfish intent bad. Like this is a anti revenge story. Kind of like how. Well, I mean.
Yeah. No, I understand. He's changed.
Yeah. The parallels between Bardock and Granolah also kind of adhere to this a little bit because
okay, good iOS.
Granolah as a character, if you notice, like as a character when Granolah is introduced, he is not a selfish guy. He's not a selfish character. The only time he ever has like a selfish thought is whenever he realizes that Frieza's back. And then immediately when he finds out Frieza's back, he's like, holy shit, I can have my revenge. And from then on, he's acting up. You know what I mean? And it's very similar to how Bardock was a inherently selfish person. And then all of a sudden, randomly, based on the events, he decided to do something that wasn't selfish. So him and Granolah have like a lot of parallels.
They have a lot of parallels, yeah. I noticed that. So, all right, I got to bring in some different people because I want to get through these people quickly because we don't have much. I didn't want to be here for too long because I do have guests here, but I did want to get everybody's thoughts. So, any final thoughts from Critical or Jordan?
I mean, I thought it was like good. I mean, it wasn't great, but I think they have a lot of potential of coming up with a story. And what they actually mentioned too is like who is actually the strongest in Whis.
Yeah, he's like, it could be somebody else. Yeah.
I honestly believe, bro, it could be Oob.
It could be. I mean, but they've already introduced Oob.
Well, this has happened twice before where some third party will show up and save the day. So like Vegeta when he saved Gohan and Krillin, or like Trunks whenever he showed up and killed King Cole and Frieza. This has happened a couple times before where a third party will show up and save the day, and then all of a sudden a new enemy will be name dropped.
Right. Yep.
So,
they always bring in new people. And with the multiverse and everything, it's not too hard. Now, I just want to say this. Both of you guys are invited to come back when I do my next stream. It may be next weekend. So let me tell you all, I want to be very candid with you guys. So next weekend, I may do another stream about the next arc. Speculating, talking to you guys, where it might go. I'm talking about the Discord and everybody in the chat. But next weekend, I might be interviewing Kyle Hebert, the voice of Gohan for Dragon Ball Superhero. So that interview's coming. That's coming for sure. We're trying to book a time here. So we'll be doing that soon. We'll talk all about the movie, just what he thought of it, the Gohan character. It's gonna be a fun time. So let me go ahead and bring other people in here. Thank you, Jordan, and thank you, Critical.
Thank you.
No problem, bro. We'll talk more soon. We're going to talk more soon with everybody. Let me go ahead and bring in, all right. Heesh, you're live. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, bro.
Hold on. JD.
Hey, what's up, man?
Granolah not having UIs. What's up, bro? He does not have UIs. It's going to suck. You know what's going to suck, bro? If, we see him again in, 3 years.
And he has it.
And he has it. Yeah, not 3 years like Dragon Ball time. 3 years like our time, like like in real time, not Dragon Ball time, and then he suddenly has it. Then I'm gonna have to eat my own shorts. So what did y'all? Well, I'm gonna both you guys. I'm gonna start with Heesh, and then I'm gonna go to JD. What'd you think about the Granolah arc ending? Did you think that Granolah should have killed Elec? And that's one question. Two, your thoughts on Black Frieza as well as what they did with gas and all that stuff. So just give me your thoughts, bro.
I'm fine. I'm fine with the fact that Granolah didn't kill Alec. I actually think, for the character, it's more powerful for him to choose to, stick with Minato while, he's still like, at his dying breath, and to just focus on revenge and just, completely ignore him. There's a look. It's kind of, when you look at it, there's kind of like the possibility that Whis wouldn't have even known to just heal Minato right there had Granolah not been there. And, that's kind of like his reward for, deciding to abandon revenge and trying to, stick with his, his family at that point. Like who would be considered his family.
That's his last member of his family left. I thought for sure he was dead. I thought for sure he would die, but instead he lived, and he's like, look, we're going to shut off these Dragon Balls, which I knew had to happen because they're way too dangerous after what we've seen in this arc. So
yeah, it seemed like the right thing to do.
Right.
But as for, but to answer the second question you asked, so when Black Frieza appeared, I was actually very conflicted about, how he was introduced. It's not that I dislike.
I could make a joke, but I won't make it.
It's not that I dislike the transformation. What I like am more critical about, and I was talking to Jordan about this last night, but what I'm critical about is it's how it was revealed. I understand that it's kind of meant to be, this shocking moment and like, this alpha thing that Frieza did where he just kind of is like going to show Alec that he knew everything that he did and he's throwing all of his cards on the table. But the way that I think, it could have been revealed, it could have just kind of had like, this grand moment type of thing, because it kind of reminds me of the same problem I had when Golden Frieza was revealed, in that we didn't really see how Frieza got this form, and he just kind of appears out of nowhere with the new transformation.
Well,
I get that it's kind of cool.
It's the same thing with
shit.
It's the same thing with Orange Frieza though. We didn't actually see him get the form. He got it off screen.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about it.
Well,
like,
I like if you go back if you go back throughout the history of Dragon Ball, that happens a lot. Like we don't actually see Goku learning SS3, or even we saw a little bit of him learning Blue. So
yes,
it's something they've done a lot.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah, but the thing is about Super Saiyan 3, and like I'm fine with it because like the existence of Super Saiyan 3 doesn't necessarily mean, it was trained. There was a lot of stuff that was like already implied beforehand, and Goku even having Super Saiyan 3 in the first place, I think meant more for like how he was behaving as a character, because of the fact that it meant he was holding back against Vegeta. There was a lot of other, good things that went alongside with Super Saiyan 3, and the fact that we spent a good amount of time with Goku before he used the form. And also with the way that they introduced it in the anime, I feel like, it just
But it was a
different.
retcon. It was without question a retcon. Even though it was fun. It was fun, though.
It was a fun retcon, though. Like, yeah, and that's what I just like. The way that they introduced Black Frieza here, it's just so different, I think, from how they kind of go about revealing other, forms, other transformations. And I just like, to me, we've been getting and I usually am the guy who likes transformations, but to me here, I feel like it came off to me like we just have characters coming out of nowhere, with another transformation, like new merchandise and stuff like that. And I just kind of want, transformations to kind of mean more so we can get behind it.
I've been saying that forever, bro. I mean, just in the past 12 months, forget about like anything else. In the past year, we got Ultra Ego, we got Orange Piccolo, we got Gohan Beast, and also Limit Breaker Piccolo, or not Limit Breaker, Potential Unleashed Piccolo, that's 4. And Gohan Beast is 5. 5 new forms within a year. Now, again, I'm talking about a year in our time, not Dragon Ball time. That's quite a bit. JD, have you gotten a chance to see Superhero subbed?
I did not.
Did you? I don't know if you were in the stream, but did you hear what I said about how when we went to Gibsonton to go see it, right? They had the English text for the opening credits in the Japanese sub version, but they had the Japanese text in the English dub version. What the fuck was that about? That was the weirdest thing.
That is weird. I mean, there, like you had explained when we saw the dub, there's a lot of like difficulties they had with the audio. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was other issues that we'll find out later.
Well, I asked Sabbath, I go, did you know about this? Because I asked him, I go, did you know the Japanese showings have English text and the English showings have Japanese text? He's like, no, I had no idea. He has no idea. So I think somebody screwed up when they were mastering it and they put the wrong audio track, which is kind of funny, but also kind of like, come on, yo, it's 2022, you know? It doesn't matter too much, though. Like, it doesn't hurt the movie. So, Chapter 87, JD.
I'll be honest.
You've been a big Granolah fan.
I have been, and I've been upset with how he was sort of like sidelined, with the latter third of the arc. Like it was nice that he played a role in defeating Gas, or at least for that final battle that Goku and Vegeta had with him. But I just feel like his character, the fact that he's still alive, right? They're gonna steal the Dragon Balls away. But what about Granola's lifespan? Are they going to reverse the wish, or is he going to just stick with the whole 3 years left to live kind of thing?
That's a good question, because I feel they should make that wish before they steal the Dragon Balls. Yeah, fix that.
And Jordan had a theory that because Monito can fully heal people, that every single time Granolah gets closer and closer to death, that Monito will just heal him. But I don't think it works that way. I don't think you can just overpower the wish.
I think eventually you will die. Faster than you normally would. Yeah.
But I'll be honest, my biggest disappointment with the arc isn't just the whole Granolah not getting UI. I mean, that's sort of a joke, but
right. That's the first thing I said to you when I got done taking a piss, bro.
But it's mainly Alec. Alec to me was one of my favorite characters this arc, second to Granolah. Maybe even tied for the favorite of this arc. And the fact that I think they ruined his character. I really think they did. If you notice the writing with Alec, the first half of this arc, where he's like this mastermind, he's got plan A, plan B, plan C, plan all the way to, like he had all these contingencies, and he was at the 10 Xeno questions. We never found out what all those questions were.
And backfired on him. We never got OG73. I'm not mad about that at all, but I would have preferred to know a little bit more, But I guess it wasn't that important,
But here's the thing: is like he had the main plan was to have originally they were gonna have Frieza ice Granolah. That's what they said way back in '68, I think, when Granolah first showed up and learned to Frieza. They were like, yeah, like he's getting a little bit too big.
Back.
And that was way back. That was like their original plan. Let's just use Frieza and have Frieza take care of Granolah. Then when they found out that Granolah made a wish, they're like, okay, no, wait. We just found out about the Dragon Balls with OG73. We're going to go to Zuno, learn a little bit more about them and other things of which we never really understood. And then we're going to use the Saiyans to take out Granolah, or they'll all just wipe each other out. That was what they were hoping for. And then they'll make the wish to make Gas the strongest, and then Gas will be the muscle to take on Frieza and take over the army.
That was the plan. That was the plan.
But he should. This is the type of character who's been built up to be this brainiac, and he should have had contingency plans. Because what did we find out in Chapter 77? We found out that Gas failed. He failed in taking out Bardock. He failed in doing his job way back in the past, and that did leave a mark on Alec. That's why he's like, like he would kind of like coach up and gas up. Gas to accomplish these goals, but like, he's a businessman, and business is all about hedging risk. And so he should have understood that there'd be a risk that Gas, even with the wish, and going up against Saiyans, who they just got the data from Moro, how they just defeated Moro, and he was like this really strong character. They should have realized that there could have been a % chance that Gas would fail. So Alec, having the Dragon Radar, having the password to summon Tarambo, and being off screen. He was off panel for like 3 chapters, right? I mean, they mentioned him. They like one panel or two showing him watching the battle, but he was off panel. He was safe to do something else, whether that would be OG73, whether that be making another wish or something. And I just feel like they should have had that like that should have been in Alec's pocket, basically. He should have just like. And then the other thing that rubbed me off was when Alec.
You off?
Well, that annoyed me. That annoyed me.
Very poor choice of words.
The thing that upset me was when Alec just goes in for a punch. He just punches Frieza. I'm like, you're this brainiac character, and you're like, you know what? Let me just throw a punch on Frieza. You know what I mean? Like, that just doesn't seem like an Alec kind of situation. So ultimately, my biggest like disappointment with Alec was that they killed him off, right? So we're not gonna get any. I was hoping Alec would escape, because he seemed like an interesting character that was worthy.
Right.
Of,
Of coming back later.
Yeah, because the heaters are just interesting. I'm glad that Oil and Mackie survived, but again, I was hoping Alec would do something and just escape before Frieza arrived. But I do like how, and some people, I don't know if you, I don't think Jordan mentioned this in the stream, but I think when Frieza was talking to Alec about how, he's like, I knew about your ambitions 40 years ago. I think that was actually because Bardock's scouter. I think, remember how
That's
the Bardock,
true. He may have recorded him saying that.
They can receive and record and
Right.
transmit data back
Yes.
to like the Frieza Force.
Yes.
That was introduced in the Broly film when they had to take off the scouters when they were talking about Frieza.
Well, that was introduced
I
way
think
back though. That wasn't even in
It was
Namek. No,
also
before
yes.
that, even because remember
The
when
Saiyans,
Radix
yeah.
dies, he tells them as he's dying, he's like, they can hear everything that's going on. So yeah.
So I think because Bardock had his scouter on, right, when they were eavesdropping on the heaters, I think that's what screwed over Alec. That was the moment where Frieza found out about what they were planning on doing, but Frieza decided to keep him around because they were useful to his army. And I love that because that's something that I didn't realize until Frieza revealed that he knew about everything. We also know that Frieza has those spy drones that, back
Right.
in Resurrection F when they were recording the battles with Majin Buu and Beerus.
He's got spies
Uh,
everywhere. I mean, he even said
yeah.
he knows everything that's going on. So he saw the Moro arc. I mean, we saw that in that bonus chapter or the bonus pages that Toyotaro drew.
Yeah, and then as far as revenge, I do agree with Jordan. I do think it makes sense for Granolah to not want to kill Alec because, again, he already defeated Gas, who was sort of like his rival, right? He overpowered Gas, who was supposedly stronger than him, right? They were able to all in conjunction kind of beat him for that one moment at least. And he realized the fruition of the wish and how it just leads to your doom if it's a selfish wish. So I do agree with everything that Jordan had said earlier. So I was happy about that. But another thing I was a little surprised about was like Granola's right there, like right when Frieza appears, and there's like no character interaction. There's no like dialogue about Granolah finally seeing Frieza. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that was weird. That was
That
weird.
was
That's what
weird.
I'm saying.
Like, he's literally crying.
He got put in the fucking back burner, bro. It's like they forgot it was the Granolah arc. It felt like Toyotaro himself was like how we were, like, fuck it, just end this shit already. Let's move on. You know what I mean?
And
It
another
felt that way,
thing,
kind of.
did you notice?
I will
Did
say
you notice
this.
when Vegeta got Vegeta gave the Dragon Raider to Granolah? I'm thinking to myself, like they said that Mackie dropped it, but that doesn't make any sense because Mackie gave the Dragon Radar to Alec back in 78?
I don't even remember
when
that.
they were.
I don't even remember
But that's the whole theory that people had where Alec was going to make another wish because
Right.
he has the Dragon Raider. So it was in possession of Alec up until a certain point, and I'm guessing presumably off screen he gave it back to Mackie. But that's just
what-
kind of stupid.
Yeah.
I like, why would you give that tool that may be useful in the future, especially when you're planning on escaping and
Well,
leaving your
because Alec
siblings
asked
behind?
for it. That's why.
But I just feel like that was sort of like something I think Toyotaro forgot because I really don't think Alec would be the type
That's
of character
true.
that would give it back to
No, you're right.
someone
There's
who.
no reason.
Yeah.
That's true. There's no reason. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I feel like when we're watching this stuff on a month-to-month basis, and we're really not like we kind of built our own perceptions of the characters, especially you kind of have it with Alec because it really seems like considering the fact that they wrote this arc from the very.
You have a really bad connection, yo. Hey, you have a really.
Oh, sorry about that.
I don't know. Are you at work?
No, I'm at home, bro.
Well, you
I
have a
don't know
really
what's
bad
going on.
connection. It's like skipping for some reason. Like, do you hear it too?
There's like an
JD?
echo. There's
Yeah.
an echo.
Yeah, and I it's definitely not for me to have my headphones in. Hello, Heesh.
Okay, that is good. Yeah. Okay, you hear me? You hear me better now?
Now you sound
Yeah.
better. I don't know what you did, but you sound better. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just saying. So like over the fact they wrote these arcs like like in a big piece, and then they kind of just adapted to the manga with Alec being this kind of character, like who ultimately faltered at Freeze. I feel like it was kind of planned where he never was exactly meant to be built up to be as big as he was, because when you look at it, and Jordan kind of pointed me out, both Gas and Alec are kind of two halves of Frieza's character. Gas is supposed to kind of be like the strong version, but Alec is supposed to be like the smart aspect of him. They're like it's like his two versions of his character split, and
Fair enough. Yeah.
him being kind of like destroyed. Like it just kind of goes to show that like they really didn't have much planned with it. That he was supposed to kind of just be like inferior to Frieza in the sense where Frieza kind of always knew what he was doing, and that he kind of fiddled with him in the back pocket. And it makes sense, like what JD said, is that, like, Frieza knew what was going on because of Frieza's Scouter. And I actually think that Frieza knew even more because, sorry, the Bardock Scouter, because, oh, what's up?
No, I was just saying, Ground Zero, that's incorrect. Zeno did not create the universe. That is wrong. That was never stated. Go ahead.
And that, like, I lost my train of thought. Okay, okay, you know what?
Good. Okay. We got super chats to take care of, bro. All right. Toddy Terrence, I hope the next arc explores the lore of Frieza's race and how they rose to the top and became the most fierce in the universe. That's more of a flashback story, but I will have to find that out too. Sports fan, when Whis says maybe the strongest warrior emerged elsewhere in the universe, do you think he's referring to a new character or someone from the current cast getting stronger like Gohan or Broly? I'm thinking it's a new character that's in time to the next arc. Kakoritson 84. Love when Gohan snapped like he did in Cell Saga. That made me cry, and I'm 38. I know I did grow up with Goku, but Gohan was always been my favorite. We'll talk about that here in a minute. I'm going to go into more detail on that here in a minute. Talabar, about gas wasting away, I think it has to do with that power raises to match his opponent. When you forgot a word there, bro. When Frieza punched him, his body tried to power up, but it used up all his life force. Yeah, no, he was done at that point. B Weezy, this chapter makes the TOP and Broly endings worse because keeping Frieza alive is a dumb mistake. That's true. They did talk about that in both the end of Super, the anime, and Broly. But Frieza keeping Vegeta and Goku alive is dumb too. I talked about that earlier. Jordan had a good idea with that. Waffles, why do you think Gas kept aging but Granolah never did? Because Gas was using more of his power. He was fighting more. He was fighting way more. Miguel says they need to throw. Hello, Miguel. I'm surprised to see you here. I know this guy. They need to throw 17 in the mix again. Love how it's turning into not so much the Goku and Vegeta show with Black Frieza, Gohan, Blanco, Broly, and Piccolo. Yeah, 17 is in the moral arc, but he should have been in Superhero, in my opinion. And Thomas Bush says, do you think Frieza will live long enough to meet Oob? At this rate, I'm going to say yes. And I think the Oob versus Frieza match might actually happen. I think it could. So what I want to do right now is I want to show y'all a snippet of a video I got coming out very soon, probably tomorrow. Heesh, I'm going to show them that video, that Gohan video or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Alrighty.
I'm going to show them a clip of it. So we're going to show this to y'all, a clip of this here in just a moment. Because I want y'all, this video is coming out tomorrow. I think I'm going to put it out tomorrow, if not Tuesday, okay? I haven't decided yet, but let's go ahead and watch it. Trust me, you're gonna enjoy this. We're only going to see a few minutes of it, not the whole thing. Here we go. Dragon Ball Z, and look at Gohan's absolute dominance after he transforms. Now, I know a lot of people refer to this version of Gohan as Teen Gohan because Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1 calls him that, but he's not a teen. He's either 9, 10, or 11 years old, depending on what translation you follow, and whether or not you believe that when he was in the Room of Spirit and Time, that counts as him aging up a year. So, at the oldest, he's 11. And there's no such thing as 11 teen, all right? So, Teen Gohan does not exist, at least not until the Buu arc. But let me tell you, this Gohan would be more than happy to smash anybody between the age of 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, all the way up to 80 if you threaten his family or the Earth. You know what I'm talking about? And we saw it again in Dragon Ball Super Superhero, but this was when we really saw him unleash. I need you to open up your books or pop in your DVD or go to your streaming services and head on over to Dragon Ball Z episode 185. And if you're reading the manga, that correlates to Dragon Ball Manga Chapter 408, Son Gohan Explodes. Now, I will say this. I saw the anime version literally years before I saw the manga version, but this is one of the few times where even though the Dragon Ball Z anime was way more violent and gory than the current Dragon Ball stuff in the modern era, the manga has it even more gory. But if you've only seen this on Toonami, let me tell you, you had an even more homogenized and censored version of these events. So first of all, the episode opens up with Gohan finishing his transformation. Now, some have asked if he's just doing it over again because the producers that animated this episode did not work on the previous one. And the answer to that is yes, that's exactly why. But it still looks cool because it takes longer for Gohan to power up and it feels much more like a traditional Z transformation, whereas the... Alright, that's enough. I'm not going to play the whole video. I'm not playing the whole video because you gotta watch it. Daddy needs ad revenue, so you're gonna have to watch it. But I think you'll like the video tomorrow. There's a lot funnier stuff coming up later in the video, so I think you'll enjoy it. And he's helped out a lot with this, so I gotta give him credit for it.
I appreciate it.
We're gonna wrap it up here. Now, what I want to do is I want to do a stream with you guys like next week or the week after. It just depends on scheduling. Maybe next week, because I'm gonna have guests over the week after, and we're gonna preview the next arc. I'm gonna also do a video with Mr. Senpai as well, talking about it. There's still some people who I wanted to bring in, like Aqua and Anon, but we're just totally out of time right now, yo. Like, I wanted to stream for another 30 minutes, but I have guests here. Black and Fist is actually here in my house as we speak in the other room, so I can't just stick around forever. But before we go, all right, go ahead and give your final thoughts on this chapter before I close out.
I guess I'll start. So in regards to Black Frieza, I actually think
Careful.
I actually think the design is actually, you know, it fits what I definitely think it's a Toriyama thing. I think that color palette change and, you know, him getting a new form, I think that's totally a Toriyama. Anything that's Frieza is Toriyama. I don't think Toyotaro can just make those decisions on his own. I am excited to see the colors. Hopefully we see them. I know there's a hiatus for the manga, but I do know that they're gonna obviously, like Toyotaro and other mangaka, they are usually a couple chapters ahead, at least in the form of drafts. So I'm sure we'll probably get some kind of trailer to preview the next arc, you know, like a little snippet, either next month or in November
Probably
before
right
before
before
Jump Festa.
we're gonna get the announcement of what it is first, though.
Yeah, we'll get a poster. We'll get some kind of art to depict the new story.
Yeah.
So hopefully that does. If it is going to be Frieza, we may see the color, like the official colors. I'm hoping there's a lot of silver, because just like how Golden Frieza was mocking the Super Saiyans, if this Black Frieza, if he has like silver tones to his exoskeleton, you know, it'd be like mocking Ultra Instinct and ultimately the gods, which, you know, is like a Toriyama kind of thing. But I'm excited.
Hey, Tesh, I was about to answer your question, bro, but you took it away. Go ahead.
But I will say that I think you mentioned this before, Geekdom. I think this arc, anything with Frieza where he's at this level of power, he can just one-shot divine techniques like Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego, I think that kind of story should be saved for a movie. So if Frieza is going to make an appearance next arc, I don't want it to be like this whole, like, it's time to put an end to Frieza. He's either going to get Hakkai'd or he's going to become like an anti-hero. Like, that needs to be saved for a movie, whether that's near the end of Z or a year before, whatever they're going to do, it should be saved for a movie. I think
you said that Chipotle the other day, right? The same thing.
I did, yeah. Because I think Opie, in one of his comments, he said the same thing, where he thinks that the strongest universe is someone else, and that the next arc isn't even going to focus on Frieza. I actually would prefer that. I think they need to save Frieza when it's time to make some money at the box office. You know what I mean? Like, Frieza sells, like, you know, regardless of whether people think he's oversaturated in the manga or the anime. I think he just sells. Like, he's that guy. And seeing that on the movie screen with Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego Vegeta, like, that to me sounds hype. And especially in Shintani animation, that's what I want. So I don't want them to get rid of Frieza. I don't want them to get Hakkai'd yet or whatever. There's even a possibility of redemption.
I want to see Ultra Ego Shintani. I want to see that. You know. That'd be dope. Okay, Heesh, before you go, I want to say Dragon Ball Superhero broke Pokemon Movie 1's first day record, even with minimal advertising. So this franchise is even more of a monster than expected, and that's pretty damn crazy, because you would have never thought that.
It is way too bad that all the Japanese care about is like the success in their country than how it seems to be, you know, any other place.
But you know what? Hopefully, but they're very behind. I hope they read these numbers and start taking it a little bit more seriously. Like, I really do. All right, we're gonna close out. Go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to say, like, one cool thing I'd like, you know, the fact that Frieza, you know, even did this, and there's a lot of positives that come off of, like, you know, him revealing the form. It adds more context to Dragon Ball Superhero, because like, why else would they be hiding Broly on Beerus's planet if, you know, Frieza
that could be the case.
Legitimate threat?
That could be the case. That could actually be the case. You're right. That could actually be the case. That's a good idea there, if they do that.
Did you
Yeah.
notice, Geekdom? Which I just want to close out. The two job roles that Frieza wanted to fill, the cook and the water maintenance person. Those are the
Yep.
jobs that Chilai and Limo had.
That's right. That's right. That's
Which is kinda
good.
cool.
That's a great catch. That's a great catch. I did not notice that actually. It's a great Easter egg. That's pretty dope, yo. All right. Well, thanks again, everybody. Thank you guys for stopping by. Of course, as always, I'm gonna move you back to the other room. Thank you guys, and thanks everybody who's there now. Tomorrow that video will premiere, so I hope you enjoy it and take care of yourself and each other. I'll see you soon. All right. Take care.